And live from the Prepared Mind 101 Laundromat and Massage Parlor, it's your host, William Myers!
Hey everybody, today on Mantis Outdoors, Prepared Mind 101, we are going to be doing
This is the new shed.
Yeah, it's the shed. It's the Japanese, what do they call those, hakatores, or no,
it's a road divider.
Well,
the shed was better, I will admit that.
it'll be alright. Alright, so the actual intro to this video. Hey guys, how you doing? This is William Myers from Mantis Outdoors, and I got a video of opportunity basically for you today. Came over to Chris's house to film a series on sharpening, and coincidentally enough, he has some ceramic rods here that he got from a company. He got a bunch of them, and he's giving me one to demo, and then giving me one to give away. We're going to be dropping these videos at the exact same time, my video and his video. Links to his video will be in the description. On his video, links to my video will be, you get the point, right? So, in researching this ceramic rod, Chris on his video, he stated that, it has some material in it to make it a little bit more shock absorbent. So maybe if you do drop it, it won't break. Don't try it. Also, per the manufacturer, they say don't bend it or anything like that, because you might crack it, or you might something about the abrasive compound or something like that. But anyway, what this is a ceramic rod from Green Elephant. Okay, and in doing a little bit of reading on their website, this is a comparable grit to a 1500 grit stone. So this is a good place to start, in my opinion. If your knives are dull, or just some regular routine upkeep on your knives, this is a really good place to start. Then maybe strop it off and you're done, or move up to maybe some other stones or something like that. Get a nice polish on your knife, depending on what knife you want to use, etc., etc. I do like ceramic rods. Ceramic rods are nice. One, I think, drawback to a ceramic rod is if you're using a knife that has a bolster. Okay, so a bolster like that, it's a round rod, so if you're using anything that has a bolster, the camera here, you might not be able to get that little tiny bit of the edge right there. So one negative, I always do try to, I'm a negative person, I guess. I do try to show people some of the negatives of things. I'm not up here just blowing smoke and telling you this is the best thing since sliced bread. It's really nice. It is really nice. This right now, this knife is pretty dull. This is it's a pretty dull knife. This is my neck knife. It gets a ton of use, so it is ready to get an edge put on it. I probably could take this and with some work, some elbow grease, just drop it off, and it would be okay. But we'll go ahead and take it to this 1500 grit. So a really good way to position yourself to sharpen with a ceramic rod is if you're at a table, just leaning the ceramic rod up against the table about, say, like a 35, 40, 45 degree angle or so, and then working your knife that way. And then that way you're able to switch. And some people, they either like to do edge facing or edge pulling, or they like to do like maybe a strop, which is edge trailing strokes. Be honest with you, I treat a ceramic rod pretty much just like a whetstone. I will work the ceramic rod pretty much like a whetstone. And you can see, I don't know, hopefully you can see in that angle here, focus, you can see that black line. So what that is, that's load up, and that comes off pretty easy. Maybe a little bit of water. I don't know if you can soak these or put them in water, let them dry up. Not sure, so don't pay attention to me right now. But getting that load up off. Load up is material coming off of your knife embedding itself into the ceramic rod, and it can kind of hinder cutting performance. The good thing about a ceramic rod is all you have to do is boop, turn it over a little bit. You know, just turn the rod a little bit to a clean spot and keep going. Count your strokes. And then switch over, find another clean spot on the rod. That would be like the basic technique of movement, I would say, that I use. So what do I look for when I'm sharpening? So when I start out, if I'm starting out this direction or this direction, I'm going to go about maybe 10 or 15 strokes up and down, and then I'm going to check my blade for a burr. And I'm going to push down on the edge just like that. And I'm looking for that burr. I want to create a burr on one side, a burr on the other side, and then I want to strop that burr off with a maybe a leather strop. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so I can feel a burr, micro burr on this side. So now I'm going to switch my angle, and I'm going to work that burr off on this side and create a burr on the opposite side. All the while kind of moving my rod around to avoid places that are loading up really bad. So I have a micro burr on that side. So what I can do right now, since I've created a burr on both sides of my knife, is use the ceramic rod to strop each side. So what I'll usually do is go about 10 times one way, 10 times another, 5, 5, and then go single swipes. So let's go ahead and do that. And when I'm stropping to remove a burr, it's always edge trailing. That was 10 on that side. Okay, no longer I worked the burr off on both sides. So now, you know, it's really good to take like a piece of leather like this and just a green compound that you can commonly find pretty much everywhere, and just drop that out. I basically do the same thing 10 times on one side. I'm gonna brace this up. Give me 1 second here. Strops, I usually will use some of my older stones to prop them up. So the first 10 swipes that I usually use on stropping and things like that, I will usually put a little bit of decent pressure on. The next 5 I'll lessen that pressure, and then the single strikes I will do very, very little pressure at all. All right, then just back and forth. Very light pressure. So now, as you can see, I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but you can see right here at where the bolster meets the edge, you can see there's a little bit more of a higher mirror polish there. That is from the ceramic rod, how it is. It's not getting that maybe 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch of the blade right there. Not too big of a deal with me. But you can tell the difference between the polishes. This is an 8,000 grit polish, and this is a 1,500 grit polish, basically, with some honing compound. I'm going to check the edge. I mean, it is a nice satin finish with that ceramic rod. So who is this for? In my opinion, it's for anybody. You know, these ceramic rods are very easy to use. As a lot of people, they like to just use single strokes on them. I treat them just like a whetstone almost, in my opinion. I get a very nice edge off of them. Like, again, this is comparable to a 1,500 grit stone, so that's what I use it as. I basically use it as a 1,500 grit stone. It puts a nice satin sharpen on it, and yeah, they're pretty decent. I like them. But the moral of all this is that me and Chris both are giving away one. So as far as, you know, I sat here and I was listening to Chris and what he was saying about packing them. You know, I probably would disagree with him a little bit on that one, but that's the reason why we do videos together, is because you get two different aspects. You know, I would rather probably carry some micro stones, maybe micro Arkansas stones, but at home, that's when I like ceramic rods. You know, like what Chris was saying, sitting in front of a TV show or something like that, or whatever, just sitting on a couch and, you know, sharpening your knife. It's almost like meditation in a way. You're going to hear that throughout my sharpening series. But anyway, really like these ceramic rods. I think whoever gets one, whoever the winner of this, is going to be very happy. And if you actually just go out and purchase one, you're going to be very happy anyways. So hope you enjoyed the video. Click like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.